Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Coco Gauff's ex-coach refutes explosive Jannik Sinner rumor ahead of US Open. Jannik Sinner's name never misses a headline. Just earlier this week, social media exploded after news broke that the Italian had brought back his former fitness coach, Umberto Ferrara, to his entourage. Fans and insiders alike shared their thoughts on the move, but the world number one himself has yet to comment. Then on Friday, another bombshell dropped. His coach Darren Cahill would not be on the sidelines at the US Open. But Brad Gilbert isn't buying it. Earlier today, according to Ali Tennis and several other sources, Sinner will enter the US Open title defense with a streamlined coaching setup. The world number one will be accompanied solely by Simone Vagnazzi in New York, while Cahill chooses to stay home for a few more weeks to focus on family time. This news surprised many, but Coco Gauff's former coach had other thoughts. Gilbert replied under Ali Tennis' tweet, shutting down the rumor with one sharp sentence. For the record, this is completely fake news rolled up newspaper. After the uproar over the Ferrara news, this seems like a smart move to nip speculation in the bud. Since joining in 2022, Cahill has been a key part of Jannik Sinner's rise. Alongside Simone Vagnazzi, he has guided the 23-year-old to 4 Grand Slam and ATP Masters titles. But Cahill has been a consistent headline maker since the beginning of the year, when Sinner announced that the 2023 ATP Coach of the Year would retire by the end of the 2025 season. However, there was a positive twist when insider Giovanni Palazzo shared on X that Cahill would continue through the 2026 season. Then again, Simone Vagnazzi gave a candid take in a July 24th ATP Tour interview. He said, "Honestly, nothing certain at the moment," but added, "But we'll all be happy if Darren stays." Now, it's up to Sinner to give his final word on this week's announcements, especially as his camp welcomes back an old face. Former mixed doubles champion on Jannik Sinner's latest switch-up. On July 23rd, social media exploded after La Gazzetta dello Sport broke the news that Sinner had rehired his fitness trainer, Umberto Ferrara, with immediate effect. The announcement sent shockwaves through the tennis world. Paul McNamee, Wimbledon mixed doubles champion in 1985 with the legendary Martina Navratilova, took to X to weigh in. He wrote, "Jannik Sinner rehiring Umberto Ferrara has to be up there as one of the most astonishing PR moves in tennis history. You can afford to hire anyone in the world. Why oh why Jannik?" A tough question that echoes across the sport. Last season's drama saw Jannik Sinner part ways with Ferrara and physio Giacomo Naldi amid a doping storm. He tested positive twice for banned substance clostebol. First, an independent ITIA panel ruled he had no fault or negligence, but it was resurfaced to be reviewed before CAS. This year, WADA closed the case with a 3-month suspension, stating he did not intend to cheat, and that his exposure to clostebol did not provide any performance-enhancing benefit and took place without his knowledge as the result of negligence of members of his entourage. Jannik Sinner has yet to address the Ferrara news himself, but with the coaching rumors around Darren Cahill cleared before the US Open, we know Sinner's team is locked and loaded for his title defense in New York. The shockwave before the swing, a rumor that rocked the tennis world. On July 25th, 2025, the tennis community was stunned. Reports emerged claiming Darren Cahill, Jannik Sinner's longtime coach, would skip the upcoming US Open. The reason? Allegedly, Cahill would remain home in Australia to spend time with his family, leaving Sinner with only Simone Vagnazzi courtside in New York. The Times of India. +14. Essentially Sports. +14. Essentially Sports. +14. Within hours, fans began questioning how, or if, the world number one could defend the title that defined his 2024 season without his chief strategist. A coaching shift of that magnitude weeks before a Grand Slam produced serious buzz. Brain Brad Gilbert steps in. Completely fake news. Enter Brad Gilbert, a legendary coach known for guiding Andre Agassi, Andy Roddick, and famously, Coco Gauff during her meteoric rise in 2023 and 2024. When Gilbert saw the rumor, he wasn't holding back. On X, formerly Twitter, his response was razor-sharp. For the record, this is completely fake news. And then he doubled down. So much clickbait, batshit crazy stuff, and AI. Facebook. +4. Sportskeeda. +4. Essentially Sports. +4. Gilbert's blunt denial and dismissal of the story all but buried the speculation before the ink even dried. Clapperboard why it mattered, Cahill's role and Sinner's sprint. To appreciate the uproar, a quick refresher. Since July 2022, Jannik Sinner has been guided by the coaching duo of Darren Cahill and Simone Vagnazzi. Their collaboration has yielded multiple Masters 1000 titles and Grand Slams, including Wimbledon and 2024's U.S. Open. PFSN. Essentially Sports. Cahill, ADP Coach of the Year 2023, has been central to Sinner's transformation into a dominant top-ranked force. Rumors of his absence at a major event as critical as the U.S. Open naturally caused concern within tennis circles. YouTube. +9. PFSN. +9. Essentially Sports. +9. Puzzle piece fast pivot, rumor versus reality. The timeline unraveled swiftly. Reports claimed Cahill would sit out the U.S. Open to be with family, leaving Vagnazzi alone in support. PFSN. +2. Essentially Sports. +2. Sportskeeda. +2. Brad Gilbert refutes the claim in no uncertain terms, completely fake news, and signals skepticism about sensationalism and AI-driven misinformation. X, formerly Twitter. +4. Sportskeeda. +4. Essentially Sports. +4. Insiders later confirm, via ADP and team interviews, that Cahill is expected to continue with Sinner through 2026, despite earlier talk of retirement after 2025. Facebook. +5. PFSN. +5. Essentially Sports. +5. What seemed like a seismic coaching change turned out to be little more than rumor, and a powerful example of how swiftly a speculative narrative can spread. Sparkles enter led ahead to the U.S. Open, Sinner's evolving team. As Sinner prepares to begin title defense at the U.S. Open, his camp has seen further changes. On July 23, 2025, he rehired Umberto Ferrara as fitness coach, nearly a year after dismissing him amid the Clostebol doping controversy. TalkSport. +6. Sportskeeda. +6. Essentially Sports. +6. Ferrara was previously let go in 2024 after Sinner tested positive for Clostebol via inadvertent contamination. The World Anti-Doping Agency accepted Sinner's explanation and imposed a 3-month ban. While some saw Ferrara's return as a PR misstep, others framed it as a move to restore continuity and performance cohesion. Sportskeeda. +1. TalkSport. +1. Meanwhile, co-coach Simone Vagnazzi said, "Honestly, nothing's certain at the moment, but we'll all be happy if Darren stays." Later reports confirmed Cahill's ongoing role. Sportskeeda. +2. PFSN. +2. Essentially Sports. +2. Fire why the drama stung. Coaching trust, performance edge, and public perception. Several key reasons explain why this rumor caused such a stir. 1. The timing. Grand Slams wait for no one. A sudden change to Sinner's coaching setup mere days before a major tournament could disrupt routine, strategy, and mental preparedness. 2. Cahill's influence. A strategic mastermind. Cahill's methodical acumen and experience have been instrumental to Sinner's strategic evolution. His purported absence raised questions about in-match strategy and adaptability. 3. Reputation management. Sinner is already navigating baggage from the doping saga. Many observers worried that changing staff again could attract unnecessary scrutiny or distract from performance. 4. Gilbert's credibility. By speaking out so legibly, Brad Gilbert lent immediate authority to the denial. As someone intimately familiar with both Cahill and Gauff's inner circle, his words mattered. Globe with Meridian's The Bigger Take, Misinformation, Clickbait, and AI. A lesson from the digital age. Brad Gilbert went beyond refuting a rumor. He flagged a deeper issue: the proliferation of clickbait content and AI-generated or AI-amplified misinformation. In his words, Batshit crazy stuff inundates today's sports media landscape. Sportskeeda. This incident underscores how false narratives can spread rapidly, especially if they involve sensational changes to high-profile figures. Gilbert's pushback served as a reminder. Not every headline is born of truth, and even trained professionals can be misled. Thread what it reveals. Sports storytelling in 2025. Looking at the broader arc. Transparency matters. High-profile figures like Gilbert can help prevent misinformation and steer fans toward facts. Coaching rumors are powerful, especially when tied to elite athletes. Reputation rebuilding, as in Sinner's case, is fragile and can be jeopardized by unwanted headlines. Players and their teams need to own their narratives, or risk having it hijacked by speculation. Checkered flag final serve, poised for New York. With Brad Gilbert's public assertion that the claims are completely fake news, it's clear Darren Cahill is expected to be on Sinner's bench for the 2025 U.S. Open. Essentially Sports. +3. Sportskeeda. +3. Facebook. +3. Jannik Sinner enters Flushing Meadows with recent momentum. Wimbledon champion, Australian Open winner, and back in training mode with a reconfigured but familiar support team. As the world watches, the latest controversy seems to have dissipated, soon to be replaced by volleys, baseline battles, and sheer athletic drama. Riding hand in retrospect. The rumor, Cahill skipping the U.S. Open. The denial, Brad Gilbert. Completely fake news. The reality, Cahill likely stays. Ferrara rejoined. The team moves forward. The lesson, in the high-stakes digital era, credibility, swift rebuttal, and clarity are essential. As for Coco Gauff's ex-coach, there's no grand finale here except this. He stood up at the right moment, cut through the noise, and reminded the tennis world that not every story is built on substance. Now, as U.S. Open ball kids shuffle onto Arthur Ashe Stadium and lines people await their cues, the real question is, will Team Sin City deliver the strategic brilliance needed for a successful title defense? Only time and the court will tell.